Good afternoon, everyone. I am Miss Rakhi Mandal, an assistant professor at Educational Institution. Hope you all had a wonderful learning experience during the first half of today's session. Now, it is my pleasure to welcome our esteemed resource person for this afternoon session, Dr. Neetu Bali Ma'am, professor at Lloyd Business School. She is a esteemed academician, corporate trainer, and researcher with over 2 decades of experience in academia and industry. She is an expert in human resource, business analytics, artificial intelligence, and emerging technologies. She is an IBM certified design thinking trainer and an IBM master certified professional in business intelligence, predictive analytics, and artificial intelligence. Through her extensive academic and industry experience, she has been actively contributing to the integration of technology and analytics into management education. Today's session is on market research, survey generation, and user research with AI. In this session, participant will learn a lot. Ma'am, we are delighted to have you with us today. Now, requested Dr. Neetu ma'am to kindly take over the session. Over to you, ma'am.
Hello, very good afternoon to all the participants who are here. Yes, am I audible, ma'am? Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am,
Okay.
you are audible.
Great. So I am just trying to get my video settings integrated. If you allow me just a second, ma'am, I'll be starting the session. Can you, if you just give me a minute?
Yes, ma'am, sure.
लॉगिन से कर सकती हूँ या इन दिस Hello. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much. There was a problem with the camera. I hope now I can be seen and I can be heard as well. Sorry
Yes,
for
ma'am.
having consumed your time. Thank you so much for handing over the platform to me. So I'm sure the workshops that we've had have addressed the criteria of how research could be made more impactful. So, my addressal today in today's workshop will be something where I would like to address, which is something which is hands-on. So, I would like to start as to what all areas and dynamics and something which is hands-on, which you could practice on your day-to-day levels when you are actually doing research. So, when we are talking about research primarily, we are talking about tools. So today in the workshop, I will be talking about two types of tool. One is quantitative and one is qualitative. In the quantitative tool, I will be talking about IBM Cognos, which is a tool which is backed by IBM. I will help you to resonate and navigate yourselves to this tool called the IBM Cognos, which is a descriptive tool. We'll be working on this aspect. And along with this, I will be talking to you a little on qualitative aspects. In case you get unstructured data which is in the form of text, we'll be trying to deliberate over as to how vibe coding, which is a new concept that has come up, that we can do so that you will be able to practice your papers, research through certain practicable tools so that you can get insight. So my dialect today in today's workshop will be how you could use certain tools if you have data and how you can consume that data in order to get an insight. So on this perspective, I welcome all the participants here, and I'm sure it's a dynamic platform where we would be able to modulate queries, areas, irrespective of where we are belonging to. Since I am from the IBM Career Education Partner, my tools are more towards IBM, and I will try to have platforms interchanged with you so that you can also help work on tools during this workshop and you get output in terms of good dashboards, data visualization, so that you can make your research more hearty and welcoming, so that you can have those particular analysis being used for your research papers. So on this note, I once again thank Ishan Business School, and along with, I would like to thank the participants to have worked out time today being a Saturday and being active on this medium. So on this note, I'm going to now share my screen. But before I share my screen, this is what I have created as my discussions for the day. Anywhere anybody would like to share something or would like to understand, or an area of purview where I need to work upon to begin with, any queries, anything, you can please let me know, or you can type in, or during the process of the workshop, you can very well use the chat or unmute yourself if the host allows, and we can very well interact during the process in case we cannot. I would also request participants, if possible, you could have your laptops or your screens accessible to you with internet, so that if I'm taking you to a tool, you can do hands-on with me, because it otherwise gets very difficult once post the session for you to go back and then again start with the tools. It will be really great if you could have your laptops, your desktops with internet connected, so that we can start certain hands-on session during the session today. Anything that we would want, or I can start the session? Okay. So Bhumika ma'am is saying yes. So I can help. I can go ahead. Perfect. Thank you, Bedi sir. Parminder ma'am, thank you so much. I'll be now sharing my screen. Okay. We'll start with something called the vibe coding, which is interesting and for non-coders especially. So I'm just sharing my screen now, and you should be able to view my screen. Yes. So I would not be having myself visible now because I have the PPT going alive. In case you want to stop me, please let me know. I will be reverberating to the queries if charged in. So let's start. So there is, now I know that coding is something which doesn't come very naturally to people who are from a non-technical background, or we as professors who are into the field of management. However, the beauty of management education today, and especially us researchers or faculties who are into the dynamics of teaching analytics, AI, along with management subjects, is that AI in itself has brought about so many tools which are so beautifully hands-on that we as non-technical people can very well use AI and AI products for inculcation, for our own research, and for teaching in classroom. And one such beauty of coding, which has been brought about by AI, where non-coders like us can use it, like for example, SQL, NoSQL, which we think is very, very challenging. And we know that it is very difficult without an BTech, MTech background. So today I will be trying to help you connect with tools like Python, SQL, which you can use for quantitative analysis, qualitative analysis, and without understanding anything about coding. So in order to present that, I will be talking about vibe coding. So this is a new concept which is around about just about 3 to 4 months in the market. So we started with AI. AI is all about generation of data using machine learning, or we'll say certain arithmetic statistical program so that you can get an output. We started with AI. Then we started with something called generative AI. In generative AI, we are talking about chat GPTs, Claude, Gemini, where we have started generating data. And we are starting to generate text data. We ask a query to chat GPT and it gives us text data in return. So when we have started generating data, posters, emotions, emojis, textual data, we are talking about generative AI. Recently, in the last 1 year, it's agentic AI. Agentic AI is using the entire generative AI, and we have something like agents are working. Now we have given a memory to an AI, and the AI has started automating tasks. That means, for example, I want to create a marketing campaign where I have certain people whom I want to target. So what I will do, I will create an agentic AI dynamics where the agent or a program will pick up all the data which is available in maybe an Excel sheet. It will create a campaign, and in the email IDs, send the campaign through web or through emails or through WhatsApp, and it will start generating information to the customers. So this entire supply chain, or this entire portfolio of getting customer data, putting it in Excel, creating a complete new campaign, and then posting it in their emails and returning the feedback depending upon this email, can be actually automated.
Ma'am, you are not audible. Participants, please wait for a few minutes. There might be some technical glitch.
I'm sorry for this disconnect. Sorry, ma'am. I hopefully it should not be happening again. So we were in the momentum of vibe coding. So today I am going to tell you about vibe coding, which is a coding which is the vibe. Vibe right now is that we are wanting to learn. So we are trying to learn and unlearn. So our vibe today is towards a positive coding where we want to learn something. So vibe coding came with the fact that with AI, we as researchers or we as faculties are trying to create maybe a research project, and we want to do an analysis on qualitative or maybe sentiment analysis. So what is a vibe? A vibe is that we are wanting, or our intention is that we create something through a particular research project, and I want to do certain analysis. So vibe coding came with the fact that the vibe as such is what you intend to do. Programs like Python, programs like SQL, which were otherwise very technical, can now, through prompt engineering, prompt is asking, the machine will answer back to you. So through prompt engineering, that is through an English language of prompt, I tell my computer do certain kind of vibe coding so that I get an output. So we will be talking about vibe coding today. And what is vibe coding? So now I'm going to share my screen and have you the PPT. So ma'am, if you could just escalate me as I'm by the name Dr. Kamra, if you could just again help me escalate myself as a co-host, I will be able to share my screen. I am being named as Dr. Kamra. I think I lost my connection. I lost my abilities to share. Can I be?
Sure, ma'am. Done.
Great. Thank you for the cooperation. Yeah. Now I will be sharing it. So this is vibe coding. So vibe coding, as you see, we have no knowledge about SQL, Python, and we are wanting to talk to a machine in English language, which is called the natural language. So we basically use the natural language programming, which I will be talking about in my program in my later part of the dialect. So now it's heavy coding. What do we do? So what do you see? A small picture where there is an employee, a vibe or something like us. We have something to do in research, like we want to do a sentiment analysis on a marketing campaign. I tell my AI, I give it a prompt that please help me in doing a quantitative or a qualitative analysis on sentiment analytics, and I will be able to do the analysis for my research project. So basically, I am having a vibe. Vibe is called your intention or goal, and AI is your smart assistant. So you're using it as your PA or your assistant that will help you to write codes in Python or SQL, which are very technical codes, but you don't know coding, but still you want to do a vibe coding through Python and do, because the reason I'm taking you to Python is because with AI, Python can do a lot of machine learning programs. So if you don't know Python, you want to interact with AI, you want to do a lot of data interactions. At the same time, you are non-coding analysis, but still you can make use of AI through Python to get your many projects highlighted. So it's like a vibe coding. You give a prompt to an AI and the AI will give you it back. And what we will be using, we'll be trying to use AI. One is with coding and one is without coding. So I'll teach you two tools, with coding, without coding. First, we'll start with no coding at all. I'll take you to an IBM tool called Cognos. You will put a prompt through AI and it will give you an output. That is Cognos, which is one tool. And the second tool is called through Python. That also I will be taking you through Vibe. You will not know anything to be done in Python, but still you will be doing projects in Python. So this is the intention of the workshop today, to get you hands-on with data. One is with a particular tool, which is called the Cognos IBM tool, and the other one is through Python, where you don't know Python, but still through vibe coding, you will be doing Python. So this is prompt engineering basic for non-coders. What is prompt engineering? Basically, I'm going to teach you prompts. A prompt is the instruction or a question that you give to an AI to do something. So every day as faculties, as researchers, we are prompting to ChatGPT, where we are telling them that this is you have to give me this input I'm giving, and I'm getting a prompt in terms of output. So whenever we are doing a prompt, we need to have a context. Context is your data. You need to give your data. Action is you will tell it that I want to do XYZ. For example, you're giving an employee data and you want to calculate average salary department wise. And the output you signify is I want the output in the form of bar chart. So whenever you are prompting to any AI tool to give you an output, there should be a process called CAO. That is context. Your data should be given. Action, what do you want AI to do? And output, in what format do you want the output to be visible? Like in our case, our context is employee data. I want to action is an average salary, which I want to filter by department. And in the output that I require is in the form of bar charts or visualization charts, especially a bar chart. If I know the context, the action and the output, what would happen is my prompts will have very good output. So my prompts will be very, very strong. Why is a strong prompt required or a weak prompt can be bad? Because Chat GPT, Claude, Gemini, etc., they all are working on prompts, and you have money related to prompts. Why do you have money? Because whatever are we asking to a particular prompt, basically we are consuming a lot of infrastructure. That infrastructure is in the form of servers. You may not be playing it right now because you're using a free version. As start, for example, Claude, if you're using the per month Claude version is around 2,500, and with that you will have availability for 1 month prompt. 2,500 matters a lot for a 1 month, and here you can understand. And this is a very basic AI that is using Claude. With this, you can well imagine that so much of money gets consumed. How AI is using money? All the infrastructure, the server money, the internet. So the entire maintenance by all these firms is so high, and that is the reason why after a certain while of free Chat GPT, they say that you go to a higher or a pro Claude version, which is almost 2,500 per month. That is the reason why prompt quality has to be very good, because the more the prompts we are giving and the bad the output that we are receiving, we are using our free versions of prompt. And the more the free versions of prompt you're using and the output that you are getting, you are consuming yourself, so that your output to prompt is going away and you are going to a higher version of payable version of prompts, which is very difficult for obviously to give a 2,500 per month for something like a Claude. So your prompt engineering has been brought about as a subject. The reason being is because the people who are intelligent to intelligently put a Claude or a prompt is the person who will be able to manage the prompt very well. So coming on from here, what is that we are talking about? So when we are doing vibe coding, we are going to use prompt engineering. We are going to use CAO, context, action, and we are going to see an output. And we are going to put prompts which will be so very effective so that we describe our situation, our problem, our research question, so that a prompt is the computer. The prompt will take into review and refine and give me an output, which again will start running. So now what is vibe coding? Vibe coding is not just about giving a prompt to a particular tool and it gives you an output, but if the output is not found good, it will go back again, refine the research question, give a better prompt, will review the output and a go. So this is like a visual cycle, and this is the beauty of vibe coding, where it doesn't stop and it will be reformulating itself, re-improvising itself, remaking itself so much better, the research question and analysis, that it will go on and on and on till you don't get the right kind of an output. So this is the entire context on what we will be running towards our workshop today. So I will not be going ahead. Let's do, since we have specificity of time, let's start with our hands-on session. So I'm stopping my sharing now and I go back to myself again. So what are we going to do today is that we will be doing AI, which will be vibe coding. We are starting with an IBM tool that is called Cognos, and we will start this tool to give prompts so that I can start with my first level of quantitative analysis. In order to do that, I would like all the participants to please go to their Google Chrome and please go and type in IBM Cognos. So I am going to share my screen again. And if you would be able to see my browser, Therein, I will go and type IBM Cognos. Please go ahead and type in IBM Cognos, and you will be seeing a screen like this, IBM Cognos Analytics, and you will be seeing something like Start Free Trial. I'm going to use this URL and will be sharing it in the group in my chat. In case you are not able to see my screen, I have just put in a particular IBM Cognos link URL. Please go ahead into that IBM Cognos URL link and please go and click on the Start Free Trial. Anybody who is working with me, would you like to share the screen so that the others will also be able to see how to use this tool? Anybody who would like to share the screen? Any participant? If you would like to share your screen with me, I will be very slow and steady in the process of helping you to configure to an IBM Cognos tool. Okay, I don't have any takers here. Okay, so let me again share my screen and take you through it. So maybe if you are not with the computer screen right now, you will be able to have it. So go to, please, I'm sharing my screen right now. And you should be able to see my IBM Cognos Analytics screen. Can you see this, please, participants? If any one of you could let me know. Are you able to see my screen with IBM Cognos Analytics? Hello, participants. Can somebody unmute and let me know?
Yes,
perfect. Let me configure myself through another route so that I can also. Okay. Okay, you can see. Great. So now what we will be doing is we go to Start Free Trial. Those who have the phones handy with you, please go ahead and get your phones also. If you're handy, you can go ahead and please get yourself onto it. In this, you will have to put in the email ID. You put in your first name. You put in your last name. The country is India. And please go ahead and you can log in, create an account for yourself. Either you can go and continue. Once you continue, we will be able to use this email ID, or you, if you're already signed in Google, you can just click on Google. So I am putting my details here and I say continue. For those who have, so this email ID, I'm already logged in. So kindly go ahead and log in yourself from a new ID because I already am logged into IBM. Please put in an email ID. Now this will survive with you for 30 days. So this tool will be available for 30 days with you. Put in your first name, put in your last name, put in your country and say continue. Once you have gone here, you will be asked by this while you are registering as to that will be the platform where you want this data to be set up. You can very well use that data setup. You can use that data setup to be IBM Washington, US. I would require this tool, and if you are all logged in with this tool, believe me, it will be very, very easy for you to do this. Are you all onto it? Great. Will somebody please take on this so that I help you to register yourself on these platforms and others can also view it? Parminder ma'am, would you be able to share your screen? Or Kavita ma'am, Mansi ma'am? Anybody would like to share your screens?
Ma'am, actually, participants don't have the permission to share the screen. Only you have
Okay.
the permission to share.
Only I have. Would you be able to escalate one of the participants?
Sure, ma'am, if anybody want.
Yeah, please, if anybody would put in this, we'll be able to escalate you as a co-host and you can run the IBM Cognos with me. First, we will have to configure.
Participant, raise your hand if anyone want to. Oh, ma'am, sir.
Okay. Any participant? Ma'am, would you like to share your screen?
Sure, ma'am.
Great. So for the rest of you, if in case you are more accessible on the phone, please follow the process of IBM Cognos configuration. Your username, your password, your email ID. Please configure yourselves onto it. The entire process is very self-explanatory. Please go ahead and configure yourselves.
IBM खोल के ले पहले वो जरूर गया IBM Cognos.
In case you are having an issue, if Vasundhara ma'am, if you could help come alive, it will be very easy for you to configure it once you are with me on this platform. Bhumika ma'am, Shreya ma'am, anybody who is here. I think I can see. Great. Yes. So Shreya ma'am, if you help me to come on the screen, I'll help you out through the problem. That is exactly what I want to do it so that all of you can get configured. I have an account which is 10 years old and I cannot revamp it. Yes. Somebody who can share the screen, please. Okay. Vasundhara ma'am, please allow. Can you please help Vasundhara ma'am to share the screen? Once we are onto it, everybody will be able to log in. Vasundhara ma'am, ma'am, if you could just allow Vasundhara ma'am to be able to share the screen.
We have allowed, ma'am.
Great. Ma'am, if you could share your screen.
मैम स्क्रीन में
नहीं मैम, अभी I am only.
Ma'am, her screen is visible.
Your screen is visible. If you could just take yourself to the IBM Cognos. Yes. We'll go slow and steady so that everybody can follow. Okay. Ma'am, can we click on start free trial? Great. Hereafter, you can put in any Gmail ID if you have. So with this Gmail ID, it will be valid for 30 days. Once this expires, you will be able to reconfigure yourself with a new email ID and it will survive with you for 30 days. Ma'am, Gmail, you'll have to. Great. Great. So I'm sure all of you are here till with us. Please put in your phone number. So basically, we are doing cloud computing. That is, we are asking IBM to lend us their IBM Cognos through the internet so that we can use it. This license fee is almost 50,000 for 1 month, and mostly Dabur, HUL and companies like this are using it. However, this is the trainable version that I am taking you on. And this is valid especially for the faculties and for the students surviving for 30 days, and you'll have to change your email ID. You can put in your company name as whatever, because they're only tagging you with email. So you can have company as your college name. No worries. Perfect. You can start. Perfect. Area of responsibility could be any. You can quickly put in anything that you require. Your job level also could be anything right now. Great. Yes, data center is, we will now be using IBM's data center. So we are telling IBM that we will be using and making projects in your Cognos, and the data is being stored at the data center, which is physically spaced somewhere. So please choose an option. Best would be Dallas. So if you choose an option, they select data center. Ma'am, can you just select data center? So we could choose the, if you drop down, yes. So you can choose any of these. That's not a problem. But mostly I also work on the Dallas. That's okay. Job title is optional. Please subscribe. You can go to the new continue option. Continue option. Okay. Now create, ma'am, a password for yourself, which you could remember. This email ID is pertaining to this password. Perfect. We continue. Okay, the password could be a little more stronger and minimum 12 characters. IBM has very strong authentication parameters, so they have to be followed. Great. In your email, yes. So, ma'am, once great. Congrats, you are in the IBM Cognos setup. Since many of us will be pertaining to a single IBM configuration of Cognos, it may take a little time because everybody is trying to get permissions from IBM for Cognos. The activation for 3 minutes, you'll see a green button. Just see a green button, just launch it. So we'll just wait for 2-3 minutes. Others also, please follow us in this process. It will be great to have as many hands up by the end of the session who have used IBM Cognos. If you have phone, this is very accommodative on the mobile. So if you have phones as well, you can very well log yourself on to IBM Cognos through phone. You simply require a very strong internet connection since we are on the cloud. Cloud is nothing. We are taking permission from IBM to launch ourselves through the internet and use their products. That is cloud computing. So we'll just wait for 2-3 minutes, ma'am, Vasundhara ma'am, and we'll be starting with the activation progress. Others, please follow us through so that we all are activated by the time we are activated on the screen. Any doubts that anybody has right now? I can very well help out. Another 2 to 3 minutes, you will be alive and the activation would now become green in color. The reason I wanted to share the screen is because you will be able to follow, because all of you must be going on to this platform for the first time. And IBM has many authentications which they keep revamping every Saturday, and a new process gets evolved. Great. So IBM Cognos, this product, what we are going to do is, today I am going to make dashboards. So we will be giving data to IBM Cognos, and IBM Cognos, with the help of AI, which is a tool, we will be getting dashboards, data visualization with just a click of few buttons. So we will be first doing data visualization and data analytics through IBM Cognos. That will be used, and there are research papers which are using IBM Cognos for their research analysis. So this is a very well valid tool for research analytics for your respective researchers. Ma'am, if you could just refresh your screen once, hopefully we should go alive with the green button. Great. So we could just launch ourselves. Yes. And now we are on to the first tool for research analytics for this particular workshop. The internet is responsible for our network connectivity, and we will be following the internet's permission protocol. Now, welcome to the IBM Cognos platform. This is the platform which we will be interacting on today's platform for research and for research analytics. Just to describe you the environment for this product, is all is well? Can I continue from here? Can I please continue from here? Yes, great. Thank you for your responses. Vasundhara ma'am, it will be very great if you can help me share your screen. You will be the first participants to go through it. I will be very slow. Yes, Bhumika ma'am, you will have the process a little slow for the activation. Don't worry, all of us will get activated. Just refresh more often and you will be able to. Slowly, steadily, everybody will be able to access it. So in case you are not able to access it right now, you can be with me on the workshop alongside. Let the activation process continue. Otherwise, you will lose connect with the tool. Great. So now we'll start with the product. Now, this is a completely AI-powered tool. You will be prompting it and you will be getting your dashboards. So the environment of IBM Cognos Analytics is, it is a descriptive tool. What is a descriptive tool? A tool which will be able to get data, analyze data, and give you data visualization. This tool is going to be on the parameters like, whenever you have your projects being stored, we will be using the my content. And whenever we are going to use IBM's data sets, we will be using team content. Now let's start working on it, which we've been waiting for. Now, Vasundhara ma'am, thank you for helping me onto it. Now, ma'am, wherever on the screen you see IBM Cognos Analytics, on the side there, you have a navigation menu. You can see horizontal lines next to the IBM Cognos Analytics, which is on the extreme left side of my screen. On this side, on the left, where it is written, Welcome Vasundhara. On the top of it, you see IBM Cognos. Yes. Exactly. Just be a little slow, ma'am, so that everybody can follow you. So this is the navigation menu that you will all have to go to. Then we'll go to new. Under new, we'll go to exploration. Let's go to exploration. So not to the dashboard, not to the report. Let's go to exploration. Great. So here we stop, ma'am. So what did we do? We started with our navigation menu. Therein, we went to exploration. Under exploration, we went to team content and we were able to see this. My content will be used for storing your data, your projects. So you have nothing right now, so no items. So let's begin with team content. Let's start with samples. Yes. Under samples, let's go to by feature. Under by feature, let's go to core. Under, let's go to data. Under data, we will go to, ma'am, please, for a minute, we'll stop here. So those who are following with us, let's start. First of all, navigation menu, exploration. Then we go to team content. The reason I'm going to team content is because right now, data we don't have any. So let's use IBM's data right now. Then I'll teach you how to get your own data when you're doing your own research. Once you are into team content, just follow this path. Samples, by feature, core, data. Please write it down if you are going to use it later. Once you are here, now we are going to work on the first module. That's the Great Outdoors data. So we can click on the Great Outdoors data module. Thank you, Vasundhara ma'am. Yes, and we click on add. The best part about IBM Cognos is wherever you see that scintillating IBM blue color, that means that is the next step that you have to click on to the next step. So if you have lost, just click on that North Star, that is that blue color, and you will be taken to the next step. Now, this is the platform where we will be prompting and we will be getting our dashboards and data analytics being done. Now, what is, first of all, let me tell you about the data. So this data that we picked up is a USA data, US data. This is a company called Great Outdoors. Basically, they're just like Decathlon. They sell products like equipments for gear, for hiking, for playing. So they have headgears, this gear. So they're just like Decathlon, mostly in hiking. So we are going to do analysis on this data. The company, okay, Dr. Deepa ma'am, Dr. Deepa, not able to follow. You are not able to follow the, ma'am, how to get to this screen. Can you just let me know what aspect you are not able to follow? The site. Okay. Okay. So in that case, can we take a minute again? Vasundhara ma'am, could maybe Deepa ma'am come up onto the screen? If I may just request you, maybe I would require your little input again. After some time, if I could bring Deepa ma'am onto the screen and help her out. In the meanwhile, ma'am, I'll just ask you to please help share the screen once again. Thank you, Vasundhara ma'am. So we do a stop share here. Anybody who's not able to follow, could be any of us, I will help you to come to this screen. Anybody who would like to come alive on the screen? Deepa ma'am, if you would like to share your screen. Nazreen ma'am has done, Bhumika ma'am, Anjali ma'am is done. So Deepa ma'am, if you could just, somebody who can help me so that I can reiterate the whole process. Okay, Parminder ma'am, what I will do is I will be post this session. I will be sharing the entire steps of how to configure to IBM Cognos very well in a documented step-by-step process. I promise you that, so that you can even follow that. Okay, great. Deepa ma'am is saying that she can help us with the process again. Oh, sorry, Vasundhara ma'am. In that case, ma'am, please help me once again for those who could not. So Vasundhara ma'am is sharing the screen once more. Ma'am, we could, what we could do is, yes, I think Deepa ma'am and others are having a problem even to get into the IBM Cognos. In that case, could you just open a new browser screen? You could just open a plus sign. Yeah, ma'am. Not here, ma'am. Outside the tool. A Google browser. Yeah, great. Thank you. In here, IBM Cognos. We are starting from 0. IBM Cognos. Yes, ma'am. You can just click enter. The link is there in the chat box as well. IBM Cognos Analytics. Start free trial. Vasundhara ma'am has just enrolled herself, so she would not be able to do it again. Please put in your username, password, email ID. It's asking you authentication. In case a screen like this comes, Vasundhara ma'am, just click on email. Email. Yes, ma'am. Put in your email again with which you had configured. Just follow the natural process of what the enrollment is telling you. It will send you a code in your Gmail ID. Authentications, IBM is very particular about. In your Gmail, you must have got a code, ma'am. It is good we are doing it right now, because whenever you do it at your end, again, it will come, and that time you would have been lost. So you can go to the Gmail and get the code that you've received. Great. Just put in this code. As it is telling you, please follow. Verify. Done. Once you are here, you are back into IBM Cognos. So you will have to just launch the button and you open the IBM Cognos. And just launch yourself and you are inside IBM Cognos. I hope till here we are clear. Hope Deepa ma'am, it's more clearer now. Great. Thanks, Deepa ma'am, for a heads up. Thereafter, we, ma'am, could you just go by? Yes, we'll go to the navigation menu. Yes, we'll drop down, go to new. Under new, we'll go to exploration. Under exploration, we go to team content. In that, we go to samples. We go to by feature. We go to core. We are just trying to see a good data. We are using great outdoors data. Great. Add. So now what we've done is our data is inside IBM Cognos, and now we are going to apply prompts. So this is a data which is on something like decathlon. Now I want to understand how much now our variable is, all variables are sales, return quantity, revenue, product cost. Now I want to see the impact on a variable called quantity. Can we have quantity being brought into it? Ma'am, what you do, just double click on quantity as a variable that you are seeing. It is available where there is select a starting point. There is a vacant row just below that. Yeah, or you could type in here also quantity. Or the best is, ma'am, just move out of it. Just move out of it. Just click outside. Can you see try starting with one of these. Sales, return quantity. Just click on quantity. Yes. Great. Now the AI prompt. So our prompt is quantity is my dependent variable or the output variable. I want to know what are the independent variables which are impacting the quantity sales of the product that Great Outdoors is selling. So what is the impact? So all of these input variables, which is gross profit, planned revenue, product, are impacting quantity. Now just see, this is basically trying to show you a correlation. Ma'am, can you just go on this connecting line, this purple connecting line in midway between quantity and product? Yes, you see this black, this is called a tooltip. The tooltip is saying that the relationship or the strength of relationship between quantity and unit cost, or now it is quantity and unit sale, is 31%. The broader the line, the more is the strength connection between the independent variable and the dependent variable. If you like this graph, this is added to your data card on the left side. Now, ma'am, if you see here on the right side, there is selective visualization. just go and select a visualization. You can see quantity has already been done. You can just add, put on add button. Your butter, so the total quantity sales of this company has been 89. So you can see the data card that is added. So the beauty is the AI prompt is running, and wherever quantity can be used as a dependent or an output variable, all the graphs relating to this have been created. So if you go down on the right side, you can see, ma'am, more visualization. Can you go to the visualization? That is our bar graph and a line graph. That is a cross, that is a dual graph, gross profit. And yes, ma'am, just put in add. Have you clicked on add? Yes. Now you see here, ma'am, this is showing you a dual graph. This graph is showing you a x-axis and two y-axis, secondary axis. On one side, there is quantity, and the other side, there is gross profit. And the beauty of Cognos AI is that if you see the details on the right side, you will even be able to say what this graph is trying to tell or project. So this graph has shown you a line graph, which is on the basis of gross profit, and a bar chart, which is on the basis of quantity. And month-wise, you can see for the month 6, you can see that is June, the quantity sales has been very high, and the gross profit also through the line graph, you can see is the highest. So this way you have added a particular graph just at the click of a button. Now let's try something more. Let's go to map. If you could just go to create. On the top, you can see a blue button, create. Yes. Plus button, select a card, single visualization. You can do compare visualization also. Can we move to choose a type? Wherever you see this beautiful blue color, just click. So this is a good part of AI Cognos. No matter its license fees is pretty high. You can now go to, ma'am, a pie chart. I think it is in down, parts to whole, pie chart. You can very slowly guide yourself. You're doing a great job, ma'am. First time using this tool, you're doing a job, fantastic job, better than even me. So now we have the pie chart in front of me. Now what we could do is, let's try to make a pie chart with variables that I want to create. In that, what you do, ma'am, is on the left side, can you see tables like navigation, sales? Let's go to sales. Yes, just drop down from that small arrow. It's always better to go with the participants so that I know that I am being followed by. Thank you so much for the support. Go to ma'am sales. Yes. Click on this. This is a drill down. So let's drill down to sales as a variable. Now let's see revenue. So can we go to revenue? And ma'am, this is a drag and drop crawl. So just go to the main revenue. Main revenue. Yes. And yes. Can you see the size upstairs? You can see on the graph, revenue has come in the size. On the top, on the graph, you can see size, revenue has come. Great. Now what you could, yes, great, ma'am. Now what we could do is, we can drill up. Go to drill up for sales on the left side so that we don't have confusion. Yes. Now let's go to product cost. Okay, let's drill up, ma'am. No, this is not a good variable. It will not maybe take this. So either you can go here, or let's go to the right side where you see the fields. Where you see the fields, in this, ma'am, what you do in the segments, go to segments. Yes, on the right side, there are small buttons. On the top, yes. So what I can do is, I can go and remove the column. I don't want to do with this. Just go down, remove column. Yes. Now I know the segments. So you can go and just type in. So you can either type in from here, or you can drag the particular variable, or you go to segments, ma'am, and just write P capital. For this, you should be knowing your data, right? So P capital, product, P capital. If you can just type in, yeah, here, P capital. P capital. Now this is case sensitive. Can you see product line? Yes, click on it. So let's see, this is a product line and I want to see the revenue. So what are the product lines of this company? Outdoor protection, monitoring, mountaineering equipments, golf equipments, camping equipments, personal accessories. So these are the different categories. And how much is the revenue share? You can see in the size. So you can see this particular size. Can you go on revenue on the 3 small buttons on the right side, ma'am? Yeah, on revenue. जो आपने साइज में आपने देखा रेवेन्यू आ रहा है राइट साइड पे जहां फील्ड्स लिखा हुआ है ऊपर मैम ऊपर साइज we have fields on the right side, segments, then size. Yes, great, thank you ma'am. So here when you go, what you can do is ma'am, you can click on top and bottom. Let's try something like this. Just put 5 top count, or you can put a top count, or you can put 5 or top count. You can put a number. Yes, if you, I think so many categories are not available. So 25, अगर 25 categories होता तो वो आपको दिखाता. अगर आप सिर्फ 3 डाल दो 3. हाँ जी, और okay. So what will happen is, or you can do a top count, reset. Can you see this? आपने ये डाला था 3, so earlier the 3 came, then you put top count.
Mommy, your voice is not coming.
Audible.
So yes, so as you can see, sorry, I lost my connection. Yeah, great ma'am, you're doing a great job, Vasundhara ma'am. I hope I can be heard and seen now again. Okay, so next ma'am, what we could do is, can we close this particular button? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, now you are audible.
Oh, great. So we could try more of these. Let's go to the panel.
Sorry, ma'am, your voice is continuously breaking.
Okay, is it better now, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. So let's try something new now. Let's go to create once again. Single visualization. Choose a type. Okay, now we can try something more enhanced. Let's go for maybe bar graph. You can very interesting. Let's go to decision tree, ma'am. Advanced analytics, decision tree. I'm so sorry for this. I hope now I am clearer in my dialect. Just go to the decision tree. And now what we can do is, we'll have to put the variable. Now, one very interesting fact that I can tell you is, Wherever you see a red sign, this small, like target, you can see on the right, there's a small red icon on the top of target. That means the variable has to be numeric. Numeric in the sense that the variable that we put has to be numbers. Now, since the target is numbers by this small red dot, so what we could do is revenue is number. So let's get planned revenue. So ma'am, can you type here? You can type here planned revenue. P will have to know the data very well, so I know. Otherwise, you will have to go and search what variable you want. Planned revenue, PLA, but only P is capital, it is case sensitive. So P is capital, rest all is small. Yes, ma'am, you can see planned revenue. Great. Great. So you can see here, you have got just with a click of button. So the company wanted a planned revenue, which you see as the root of this decision tree. And you can see the leaves originating from the root. And you can see at one end, depending upon the planned revenue, they have considered first level and second level variables for decision making. And finally, the ones which are the darkest is the route that you need to follow in order to achieve the planned revenue. And that is the darkened that you have. So this is like a planned revenue diagram that you've created. Yes. So this is step by step telling you how a company is planning for a planned revenue, how they can achieve this with variables like quantity, etc. So as you enlarge this particular creative, you will be able to see how to go to a planned revenue in a step-by-step procedure. How much should be the quantity, how much should be the sales revenue every month in order to go to it. So this is another kind of, this is a good dynamic advanced analytics platform being applied by Cognos. Let's go to create again. I'm just trying to show you different options, ma'am. So let's go to create. Let's go to a single visualization. Choose a type. And what other interesting things we can try here? We can try for maybe a tree map. So you can see here a tree map or tree map. Okay, no worries. Or yes, you can try a KPI also. Whatever you want to click, ma'am, you can click and we'll try to develop. Okay, great. So you've picked up this, which is, I think so, a KPI. So what we could do is, let's go to the base value on the right side where it is asking for fields. In the base value is कि हम चाहते हैं ये हमारा revenue हो, तो आप इस पे revenue type कर दीजिए. So this thought perspective a researcher has to derive कि उनको क्या variable कैसे करना है. So we can do revenue. Great, ma'am, revenue. So you can click on revenue now. It has become. And in the target value, you can write planned revenue. So what I want to do is, हमारा base था, ये हमारा revenue achieve हुआ है, but target था as per planned revenue. So this KPI, yes, great. Now this KPI is basically telling you that this much was the planned revenue and this is the revenue which was achieved. And they have not met the targets. The target is in red. That means you are minus 4.713% less than what was actually planned. Had it been green in color, it would have been plus. Since it is red, it's a caution. So this is another this is another card that you created for yourself. So now what we want to do is, I want to save everything so that another time when I come back, I can start from here. So what you can do is, ma'am, just below the navigation menu, there is a save option. Where you had clicked on navigation menu right in the beginning. On the left, yes. There you will go. You can just, yes, just below that. No, we will just move out of it. Just move out of it. Yeah, can you see a save button just below the navigation menu? This, yes, ma'am. Just save it. Now, since this you are saving as your product, you have to go to My Content. Team Content won't allow you. You can change the name or whatever, My Content, and save it. Great. Your first visualization in Cognos is saved. Just save it, ma'am. My content. You can name it whatever you want. And you can see your first file is named as my content. How would you open it? Can you go to the navigation menu, ma'am? On the top. Yes. There in the recent. You can see my content and click on it. You can just click on my content, the name of the file that you chose. Just double click on it. And you can see your project is realigned. Thank you so much, Vasundhara ma'am, for taking me and helping me on this platform. You were a great support and you truly were very, very fast in getting it done. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. And now we could come back. Thank you. So we take a minute's break and I'll just like to go back and check the chats. Okay, Arvinder ma'am, I hope it's clearer. My voice. Great. Great. So I can very well see that most of you have managed to get yourself started with it. Great. If you want, you can take a minute or two just to explore it more. So that I start on. So this is a kind of a vibe coding where you told the system, I want to do quantity analysis, please help me. So we put a prompt that is quantity and it was able to create your entire intent, your entire goal into a data visualization. So I'm just taking a breaker here so that you can very well explore for a minute or two and digest the tool. So I just wanted to understand from the class, especially the hosting platform, how much time do I have? Because the intensity, thank you so much, because there is so much more to explore. I would like to reframe myself in terms of time now.
Yes, ma'am. You have approx 30 minutes.
Sorry, how much, ma'am?
40 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes, ma'am.
30 to 40 minutes. Great. That's a good time to now take on to vibe coding through Python. Great. Okay. So now I will be vibe coding through Python. So thank you, ma'am. Now I'll be sharing my screen just to have the vibe coding. So I have the vibe coding now. Python is something. So as you see this, the vibe coding cycle we did was, we just put a prompt. I want to have quantity. The prompt went ahead to the tool. The tool started refining, reforming, and it gave me an output. Again, I put another output variable again. So vibe coding in a way is working. But this was simple in the sense we had IBM support and we had IBM Cognos. It was doing. So basically in the backend, it was doing Python and giving me only. So this is called a drag and drop tool. So it was helping me to perform all this so very easily. Now, the thing is, how many of us have always been wanting to do Python and we've not been able to do Python? And Python is a very, very good AI language wherein you can do very well AI, you can do agentic AI, you can do generative AI. So AI, and it's a free tool. IBM, you will have to take its license or you can work on its free license. The best part about Python is it is free of cost. And I'm sure that something that's free of cost, we don't value it. Something like nature, it just struck me that water, air, sometimes we are not valuing it because it's free of cost. So it's something like with Python. Python comes free of cost. So that is the reason why Python coders have so much of demand in the market, because it's free of cost, and somebody who works a little harder than the rest will be able to use a free of cost tool to make it sustainable and make it into projects. So that's why the Python coders and users of Python have a lot of demand. Actually do it everything with yourself using coding. But the good part about AI, because AI has always been a good friend to me, because I've been using AI for quite some time, and also for us researchers, I'm sure for you faculties also, it's made our work so much simpler at so many times. So vibe coding is another very beautiful factor which has come into practice, which is now making the entire process of coding for us people who are non-technical, for many of us who've not done it, coding very easy, and we can very well do coding which we've not done before. So what I'll do is I'll show you how to do Python coding, which is just with the prompt. Okay, so I'll just put in a prompt and I'll use ChatGPT because everybody is using free of cost. So I'll be putting ChatGPT and you all will be working on it. Okay, so I will be slowly starting this process. Now I've done with Cognos. I'm starting with vibe coding. So all set for vibe coding. So it's lapsed. The same problem has erupted, but I'm sure now we are connected. And now, even if the screen shows, we are very well connected. Just if you could just give me a hands-on to whether I can start with vibe. Great. And the context for vibe coding has been understood. Okay. Great. So just a minute. Now I'm just taking a sip of water and I'll just start it. Great. So now I am going to take you to a completely blank screen. And I'm going to share my screen. Yes, you can see my screen. I'm on another platform, so I can see myself now rather than disturbing you for asking whether I'm visible or not. Okay, now we are here. We can just click on ChatGPT. Okay, now we are going to do Python. So first of all, let's go to, see, like now we did IBM on Cognos. We asked IBM, please give me a tool using internet. Similarly, now I'm going to use Python and asking permission from Python. Please help me use Python on free basis. I'm asking permission. For that, what I do, I go to Python, Google, Colab. So this is the platform on which you can do Python coding. You can see Google Colab, just click on it. Okay, so it says, welcome to Colab. If you are going for the first time, you will have to register yourself. It will tell you register. So you simply go register, put in your email ID. It is much more simpler than IBM Cognos. You simply go, you put in an email ID, just put your password, create your password, and you will just land on a page like this. Anybody who would like to do it, you can very well do it. Otherwise, I'll perform the project and then you can do it. Okay, so this is Python platform. I am going to do my coding of Python on Google Colab. And whatever Python files that I save will be saved with an extension PYNB. Like in Word document, you have DOCX. Python is projects or files are stored in PYNB format. Okay, so we go here and you can see here connect. So this is internet. So we are connecting through the Python Google Colab, and now I will get all the RAM, etc. See, you can see here RAM. You can see here RAM and this. So I have asked Google to please lend me My screen is not showing. Okay. Stop sharing. Share. Now it is Google Colab screen. Can you see this? Please, ma'am. Can you see my Google Colab? So in this Google Colab, I will put a link in the chat to get to the screen. Just register yourself with your username, password, and you will be landing onto the screen. Once you're here, you simply have to go to Google Colab and you are onto it. Google Colab. So we have connected. So we've taken the RAM and the disk. We have taken the space storage for our Google AI Studio. So we click here. I will send the links so that you directly get into it. So we are on Google Colab here. So you can read about it and you can start, right? So these are the codes. You have to run your machine from here. This is, we are connected to internet. A space has been given to us and we are here. So we will be trying to use these. This is certain data sets that are there that we have here. So let's go here. Welcome to Google Colab. You can read more about it, but we'll start with this and we go to create a new Colab notebook. So once you are here, on the very platform here, you'll see create a new notebook and I will be sending you this link as well. Okay, everything I will be sending once I finish my project. Just focus on the project, then we can do it once more. Now I have this platform here. This platform, this is my notebook. So Python Colab, Google Colab, this is called a notebook where I will be creating my entire Python coding. On the right side, I will be using vibe coding. So I'm connected to Gemini. Gemini I will be using for creating generative AI, for using creating prompts and getting my output. So basically at the backend, I'm going to do vibe coding. Vibe coding is I'm going to do a project. So this is how the screen looks like. First of all, the first thing we will be doing is we will have the data or file into this Python Google Colab. I go here, click here. My files are not here. So I will be going and clicking onto my file. So I will go here, table of contents. Can you see here? It is saying table of contents. First of all, I will be putting up my file. So can you see a button here? So simply what you have to do is go on to the screen. This is where I will be doing my Python coding. Gemini will help me in vibe coding or in prompt engineering. I will go and first put files. So this is the medium for putting in my files. Can you see here? You can already use a sample data is there. So if you know data with you, you can use this data. So now I'm going to do qualitative analysis. I will do sentiment analysis. I will have text data and I will do first cognos. I did quantitative. Now I will do qualitative through Python. That is sentiment. मेरे पास एक ग्रुप है उसका मैंने उनका फीडबैक ले लिया मुझे उनका सेंटिमेंट निकालना कि लोग खुश हैं या नहीं खुश हैं या आप सैंपल डेटा यूज कर सकते हैं या आप क्या कर सकते हैं कि आप यहाँ जाइए और फाइल को अपलोड कर लीजिए तो अगेन यहाँ जाइए ये छोटा सा आइकन है यहाँ पे अपलोड आप यहाँ जाके इसको डेस्कटॉप पे आई हैव अ फोल्डर कॉल्ड वाइब कोडिंग सो आई गो टू वाइब कोडिंग and इसके अंदर I have a data vibe coding यहाँ पे I have a data. I'll share this data also with you. Twitter training. Once I finish this, I'll go to the chat and put everything. I have this Twitter. तो Twitter के ऊपर लोगों ने feedback दिया. I want to understand कि वो feedback positive है या negative है. तो basically you are trying to do a sentiment analytics. So I go here, Twitter training का data है मेरे पास. I just Microsoft Excel, CSV format है. I take this data and I say open. It is say ensure your files are saved here. I say okay. Now you can see here, when I go to sample data, my file, Twitter training file is added to the Python Google Colab. Now what I will do is, let me now not assume that nobody knows Python. Those who know Python, that will be great, but I assume that nobody knows Python. I go to Gemini and just type in here. I just write here. I'll give you even what is the prompts that you have to write to do in this. I'll give you that file also. Upload the data file named, please see, I'm writing a prompt, Twitter training, and just click on done. This is called vibe coding. Can you see this? What they have said, I will just explain you. Basically, it is saying a library called pandas. So import pandas as PD. So PD is the nickname of panda. Just to make it simple, import pandas as PD. Df is the name of the folder where I want my this particular data to enter. And I want to display my few data. वो मैं चाहती हूँ कि पूरा Excel या CSV फाइल है वो मुझे डिस्प्ले हो जाए. तो डिस्प्ले df.head. आपको कुछ नहीं करना, आपको कुछ कोड नहीं करना, आपको बस accept and run करना. Can you see this? So now you can see your data. So your data is inside the Python code. You have run the Python code, and now you can display your data. You say okay, you say accept and run. Perfect. Now I have to clean the data. The data may not be in the format I require. So what I do, here it is written. So first is ID, then is game, then is sentiment, and there is some textual data. So I want to clean this data. So what I do, let me do this. In the column text, please change the title as feedback and make other changes of unwanted data from this column. Okay, I say this and I run it. I clicked enter. Now just see what you will see. Whenever you see green, that means your codes are rightly generated. Either you can run it from here, this icon, or you run it from this icon, accept and run. Let me run it from here this time. Or accept and run. So it is working. We are connected to the internet. Let's wait for the internet. So what it has done is, it has shown you, this is called vibe coding. It went ahead and it told you that it will be showing you an output like this. Whatever it is doing in the background, it is giving an explanation to you on the right. And now it is vibe coding. Now that it has come with an output, it's just going back again. Did you see review and this I had showed you in vibe coding? Show me the distribution, calculate the number of feedback, display the basic summary. So I want to show. So it is itself generating an output. And you can see here, the text has been changed to feedback. Can you see here? Accept and run. I am sorry, I have just logged out. Again, I'm logging in. I'm sharing my screen. Share. Google Colab. Now you can see it has given me a bar graph. It used a library called matplotlib. That is the library which is used for plotting and it requires a proper documentation for parameters. So you can see here, I have imported matplotlib. So what is this explanation? Import a library called matplotlib. It is used in Python for making graphs. Itself, it didn't do anything. It also imported Seaborn, another library by the name SNS. It is trying to do a distribution of the sentiment analytics. Plot figure. Figure is 8 and 6, means the size of this particular chart area. If I make it 8, 8, the side figure will change. So it has become bigger in size. So the figure, what has to be there? The title of the x-axis, y-axis, grid. But I am not doing anything. It is vibe coding, which is doing Python for me. So your project is displayed. Now what we will do is, now conduct sentiment analytics to understand positive, negative from the data. Click on it. This is the prompt. I'm doing vibe coding. Let's execute it. You can see here execution. So whenever you do sentiment analytics in Python, the library that gets uploaded is NLTK. So that's what it has imported. I say accept and run. See, it is telling me how much of space I have used so far. The disk, I have lots of space. You are doing nothing. You are just executing in Python. You can just copy these codes and use them in your research. Accept and run. So basically, it is now running a loop statement to find out whether it is positive, negative, neutral. Just give yourself 2-3 minutes more. You're onto a sentiment analytics project. Can you see the output? The output says, for this feedback, this was a transformed column. The sentiment is positive, positive, positive. Let's run it further. It has even given me how many have been positive responses, how many have been negative responses, and how many have been neutral. Our projects is not stopping here. Let's do something more. Now what I will do is, I say that create a model and save this model. I want to save this model, this entire project. Save it. It's working on it. Now see what I will be doing. I have saved the project. It's working on the saving. Now, it has saved the project, and while it is saving the project, accept and run. I'm saving the project. Basically, the model that is using, they're using a machine learning model for doing the positive, negative sentiment analytics. And this model is a classification model. If you do not know, no worries. It's a classification model that is getting used. And this model is a machine learning model. Now we are using machine learning, but you are not aware of it. In the backend, it is a model that is basically running. I'm saying now, tell me which model is running, and you save this model for me. Mostly a classifier model is running, which you will come to know within a minute now. So which is the model we are using? We are using a logistic regression model, and the model name is joblib, and we are going to save this model. Great. Accept and run. You have to do nothing. You are just telling the prompt, do this white coding for me. I'll send you whatever I am typing here, I will send you as a Word document. Right? Now it is saying save the model. So the model name, the file name is this, which is getting saved. Why am I saving this project? I will just tell you in 2 minutes. So you have the entire project getting run, and you can see here precision, recall, classification. So the better the precision and recall and the F1 score, the better accuracy is your model. Your model is 68% fine. So 70% your model is running fine. and you've saved this model. So now you can see here, you've saved the model. Okay, the model is getting saved. Save the model. The model is run, and now we are going to save the model. Right? So let's save this model. Okay. And now what we do is we have trained and saved the model. Show hidden output. Asking it to keep executing. I'm just clicking on the button, execute, execute, execute. Now what I'm doing is I'm saying from the saved model, create an input of the user to analyze whether it is positive, negative, or neutral. Okay, now I've saved the model and I am now going to give an input to it, and it will go to the model, check with the model that I have created and tell me whether the output is positive or is it negative. So let's start doing this. It is on its own creating error, but it is vibe coding. It will create error, it will solve the error. It will create error, it will solve the error. So I am going to now say, I want an input. I will be putting the input. I will be putting the input. And I will be coming to know whether it is positive or negative. So I am not able to get my saved file. Save the model. Just give me a minute. The project is done. You already have the output with you. It is just that I'm trying to see something more if that can be done. So the sense been completed, where you have your output model, wherein you have how many positive, negative, you have the accuracy score being generated for your model. You simply have to cut, copy, and how they have gone into, what they have used, which model has been, the model has been created on. You will be able to see all this in that information. What steps of data analysis you have adopted have all been mentioned here. And your model that has been saved is by the name Logistic Regression Sentinel Model lib. This is the name of the file which we have saved. Is the file. Show me how to download the job file. So I am unable to download the file. So let me now see how I can download the file. So I say now download this file for me. I do the download of this file and your project is working. It is working. It is downloading my model. Show me how to load this file. Okay. Now, create user input and use this file for predicting sentiment. Let me see if this works. Accept. So I am putting it here. I will put a prompt. This is a beautiful day. And put enter. This is a positive prompt. Now, this is a beautiful day is an input prompt that I have put. And I am going to predict from this model whether my output is positive or it is negative. I say accept and run. You can see here the input was this is beautiful day and my predictive sentiment is positive. Now I'll say this is a horrible day and I enter. I think it should be negative. Let's see what the sentiment is. So we created a project, it read the sentiments, and now I am creating a user input and it will go back to that project, get the sentiments and give me an output for the user input that we are giving. So we are making a live demo of a project. Can you see this? I put this is a horrible day and it gave me negative. This is called vibe coding, and you can do all of your projects using Python through vibe coding through this particular platform. You can even create a UI interface to put input. Let's see if they can show a very beautiful UI interface. जैसे कि मैं लिखूं इसके अंदर, जो मैं अभी ऐसे टाइप कर रही हूं, मैं लिख सकूं it is a beautiful day और मेरे को एक अच्छा सा आउटपुट मिल जाए पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव का. See, आपको ये यूजर इनपुट मिल गया. Now predict the sentiment. This is very nice. Predict sentiment. So I'm doing predictive analytics through machine learning. You can see positive. So this is another example of vibe coding. You can do this. This is your project. I'll send you everything and you can make your own Python sentiment analytics, and you've done your qualitative analytics. You've created an user input and now you're predicting your data input also on the basis of the model that you've created, and you're doing predictive analytics of your data. Let me type in this is bad. Predict. You've got negative output. So I am stop sharing my this, and this is what is there that you can make as researchers. You will invest time in research questions, in understanding issues, problems in the data, that for us to indulge into Python coding may be difficult, but now Python is available. So thank you, Priyanka ma'am. And the only best thing we can do is, while you are getting the prompts, read through each of the steps so nicely and try to put the Python in front of you. Maybe in process, you will start understanding the language of Python. You don't have to code Python, but even if you understand the French of Python, like we understand French, we understand some words of Python, we understand like that, we will be able to be called Python coders. Great. Thank you. And this is the only medium that we get to interact, and we have knowledge, we share, and So this is what I had to share today in my session in terms of quantitative and qualitative analysis. And with this, I think I will close my session. And thank you. You were great participants. You were working with me, and great. So what we'll be doing is that to Ishan Institute of Management, ma'am, I will be sharing a few things like about this vibe coding, about how to put in those prompts for vibe coding, and how to go to the Google Notebook, how to get yourself configured to the IBM Cognos, and you can very well go ahead and start working on your projects. So with this, I request Ishan Institute of Management to please take the panel from me.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such an insightful and practical session. Your live experience and hand-on practical demonstration provide immense value and greatly benefited all the participants, especially through your guidance on AI-powered market research and user research. On behalf of Ishan Educational Institution, I extend our heartful gratitude for sharing your experience, real-world experience, and value time with us. Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, participants, now we are leaving the session for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, get back here again for the valedictory session. Please don't leave the session. Now we are moving towards the most awaited moment of this faculty development program, the valedictory session. Now, it is now my proud privilege to invite our respected founder and chairman, Dr. D.K. Garg sir, whose vision, leadership, and unwavering commitment have spurred Ishan Educational Institutions into a center of academic excellence. An eminent academician, author, researcher, educationist, and mentor, he has inspired generations through his remarkable contribution to education and research. Sir, your visionary leadership and constant encouragement have always inspired us to organize meaningful academic invitees like this faculty development program. May I request now you to please come and inspire our participants.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for joining 4 days online faculty development program organized by Ishan. First time we organized this program 1998 because my granduncle was director of IIM Ahmedabad. He organized a residential faculty development program. Since then, on one ground or another, we used to organize faculty development programs because the time is changing very fast. Every time the students differ, syllabus differ, teaching methodology differ. So we have to update ourselves because we have to give the inputs, keeping in view of the global scenario of academics and fast changing technology to everybody. We are very much grateful to CA Pradeep Tayal ji, Lieutenant uh, Commander Vinod Singh Yadav, Professor Mohammad Atiq, Professor Pratik K. Suresh, Professor Mansaf Alam, Professor G.K. Goswami, Dr. Bharat Das, C.A. Nakul Arora, Dr. Sarabjit Kaur, and Dr. Neetu Bali Kamra, apart from more than 300 participants who has participated in this faculty development program. But I will always say it is not an end, it is a beginning where you learn about the teaching methodology and how to tackle the complex scenario of teaching because now due to online developments of teaching, reading habits of students gradually going down. So we have to see how we can give the best inputs. And moreover, the role of AI has its own importance in teaching. Now you cannot bluff the students. You cannot give wrong chapters, wrong notions in the classroom. You have to give something which is new, which is unique, which is quite interesting, and which is explorable for further research and development. Every time we get good news about some students, that students of class 9 got some award from NASA, students of class 12, students of graduation has developed so much. So it is for us. So teaching is not an easy job. We have to take it very seriously. Every faculty members of every college have to update themselves because previously, about 3 decades back, teachers used to tell whatever they like in the class. But now the time has gone. You have to give the best inputs to so that the students can choose you as the best faculty. Student can choose the best institution. You have a shoulder of good responsibility because the future of the country lies in your eyes, in your words, in your wisdom. So by faculty development programs, we promise that from time to time we will programs. We will wait for your suggestions and inputs, whatever you have, and you join us for best contribution in this era, and we can make this or much more better. So every program must have some uniqueness and some shortcomings. So you kindly forget if there are some shortcomings. You go ahead with your inputs and make it much better. We will always do whatever we can do for our beloved faculty members in Ishan Institute of Greater Noida. So thank you very much for joining us and welcome once again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your motivating and inspiring address. Your inspiring words are truly encouraged all of us to embark continuous learning, ethical leadership, and innovation in education. We are deeply grateful to your constant support and guidance. Now, it is my great privilege to invite CA Dr. Tushar Arya sir, CEO Ishan Educational Institution, to share a few words with us all. Sir has been a constant source of inspiration and has played a very big role in promoting innovation, academic excellence, and the meaningful integration of emerging technologies in higher education. His unwavering support and guidance has been instrumental in making this 4-day faculty development program a grand success. May I now request our respected CEO, Dr. Tushar Arya sir, to kindly address the gathering. Over to you, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. मेरा आप सभी को सादर नमस्कार. As we come to the conclusion of this 4-day faculty development program, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to each one of you for successfully completing this enriching journey. First of all, I congratulate each and every participant. You have spent this time in a great learning experience. Despite your busy academic schedule, you chose to invest your time in learning, and that itself reflects the true spirit of an educator. I must admit that even I have been a learner all these 4 days. Many concepts, which were often assumed to be simple, had much greater depth, and the discussions have certainly changed the way I look at artificial intelligence in teaching, research, and higher education. Over the past 4 days, we had the privilege of learning from 10 eminent speakers from 6 different states of India. Each speaker had brought a very unique perspective, practical experience, and shared really valuable insights. I thank all these resource persons for sharing their expertise with us. And I also congratulate the organizing committee, faculty coordinators, and the technical team for bringing together all these distinguished academicians on one single platform and conducting this program for all the participants joining from across India. I firmly believe that artificial intelligence is not going to replace educators. Rather, educators who understand and effectively use AI will lead the next generation of teaching, research, and academic innovation. The true success of this faculty development program will not be measured by the certificates that you receive today. I think it will be measured by the ideas that you implement, the research that you undertake, and the positive impact that you create in your classrooms and institutions. I warmly invite you to stay associated with Ishan Educational Institutions, may it be as an academician, researcher, speaker, collaborator, or partner in academic initiatives, our doors are always open for you. I sincerely look forward to working with all of you for mutual professional growth and meaningful contributions to higher education. Once again, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your inspiring and thought-provoking words. We sincerely appreciate your constant support and leadership in fostering a culture of innovation, quality education, and continuous learning at Ishan Educational Institution. Now, I kindly request all the participants to switch on their cameras for a group selfie. As we come to the conclusion of this wonderful 4-day faculty development program, it is time to reflect on the remarkable journey we have shared throughout. Over the past 4 days, we had the privilege of learning from academician, industry specialist, researcher, thought leaders who enlightened us on various dimensions of artificial intelligence, ethics, responsible learning, research integrity, innovation, and future ready education. I sincerely hope that every participant has gained valuable knowledge, practical insight, and fresh perspective that will enrich their teaching, research, and professional journey. On the behalf of Ishan Educational Institution, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our Honorable Chairman, Sir Dr. D.K. Garg, sir, our CEO, Sir Dr. Tushar Arya, sir, all our distinguished resource person, organizing committee, technical support team, faculty coordinators, and each and every participant who made this program successful throughout their enthusiastic participant. Your presence, interaction, and commitment made this FDP a truly memorable academic event.